Hail, and welcome back to my Magical System series. So today we are discussing the Helm of Awe. The Helm of Awe is one of my very favorite symbols in Germanic magic. And as you know, the Germanic beings, pantheon, and spirits are my primary area of focus. I am from the Germanic tradition. I have long, since I was a young kid, felt a connection to this particular energy. So when I found this symbol a while ago, it was as if something clicked into place. The Helm of Awe I wore before the sons of men, in defense of my treasure. Amongst all, I alone was strong, I thought to myself, for I found no power a match for my own. That is from the Poetic Edda, the English translation, from Fofnismo, stanza 16, as translated by the person running the website norsemythology.org. So this is where I found this translation, to give, as always, credit where it is due. So often said to be one of the most powerful protective symbols in Germanic magic, the Helm of Awe, sometimes also called the Helm of Terror, or the Aegis it's meant to do exactly what the poem says. It is meant to inspire fear, doubt in one's foes. It is a very powerful symbol to use in protective magic and magical workings that seek to strike fear in your foes and those that stand against you and those that oppose you. It is a great working to use against your enemies. It is a very, very powerful, majestic symbol, either alone or in combination with other runes, bind runes, or maybe even eclectic magic. As you can see from the shape in which it is drawn, it is an 8-armed symbol with in the center a circle. At least in the rendition that I use, it is. I feel it is important that that symbol in the center is there. Why do I feel that that is important? Because the 8 staves represent all the worlds that are not Midgard. In our tradition, in our way of thinking, Midgard is of course the world, the dimension on which we reside. And the other 8 worlds are the other realms around us. We of course have Muspelheim, the realm of fire. We of course have its opposite, its counterpart. Niflheim, the realm of ice and mist, those kinds of energy. We then have of course Asgard, the home of the Aesir, the realm of the Asa gods, and then opposed to that is, or opposed to that, I should say, its counterpart, I should say, is Jotunheim, the realm of the giants, where the Aesir are the symbolism for order, so too are the Jotun the symbolism for chaos, in that dichotomy, in that, at the same time, not dichotomy. It is an intermingling and interplay of forces. We have Helheim, the realm of the dead, in the south. And then we of course have Vanaheim, which is the realm of life, where the Vanir come from, the fertility gods. So we see a dichotomy of life and death. The Vanir represent life, Frey and Freya, and other beings like that, where Hel, daughter of Loki, rules over Helheim, and all the quote-unquote dishonorable dead. Now, I use the term dishonorable dead loosely because I very strongly feel, and from my interactions with spirits, I have found that the dishonorable dead are not quite so dishonorable as they would have you believe. It is not a place of suffering as sometimes it is portrayed to be. It is simply the realm where those who did not die in battle go. So Then we of course have Svartalfheim, the home of the dwarfs and of the dark elves. And then we have Alfheim, the home of the light elves, which Frey, Ingvi Frey, is said to rule over as lord. And then we, in the center, have Midgard, the home of us, human beings. So that is also what the symbol of awe, the Helm of Awe, the Helm of Terror represents. It is the world tree Yggdrasil in a different rendition. And of course, this makes for a very potent magical working. It makes for a great, potent symbolism for the groundwork of many a spell that is aimed at drawing energies and connections from and to the many different realms that surround us. Now, of course, being an eclectic shaman, I don't just believe that the 9 realms, the 9 worlds, are all that there is, but this is our cosmology, the way we understand it in our collective subconscious as the Germanic people. So there are, of course, many other worlds out there, many other mythologies and spiritual realms. The spiritual realms are near infinite, from what I have understood in my interactions with spirits. But to get back on the actual meanings of the symbol itself, because this is not a lecture on cosmology or Germanic cosmology, or even a lecture on the nature of the 9 worlds, but it is very much a video dedicated to the Eikesjolr. And it is a symbol that is found in the Icelandic Galdra book, or the Galdr book, I believe is what is the literal translation for that. Now, Galdr is, of course, word magic. You can carry it out in many different forms, and perhaps one day I will sit down and make a video on Galdr as well. So it is in many ways this symbol, along with Galdr, of course, related to the runic systems, all of them, of the Germanic people. So, I mean, when you look at the Helm of Awe, it depends on how it is drawn, of course. There are variations and renditions on how to draw it. Personally, I use the symbol I will be showing you now. I find this a satisfactory symbol. It is elegant, it is mathematical in its appearance. It looks fierce, it looks intimidating, it looks complete to me, it feels complete to me. And I find this a very interesting symbol because it is a symbol that is very strongly empowered by my favorite rune, which I have discussed in the Elder Fufak Rune Divination 101 video on this rune, which is of course Algis, or Elhas, as some of you may call it. Algis is the connection to the divine. It is reaching up to the divine. It is the rune of fear, which is of course where the Helm of Awe, the Helm of Terror title comes from. It is a very strong, very powerful rune. It is in many ways a very shamanic rune due to its reaching up to the divine, its connection to the divine, the overcoming of fear, the becoming of fearlessness. And in order to truly strike terror into the hearts of your foes, you must be like someone who has no fear inside of them. For really, what is scarier than a foe that does not know the concept or meaning of fear? What is more scary than a foe who has tasted death time and time again, and who has overcome it time and time again? That to me is part of what this symbol represents. It is a trident, a spear that will stab and prick and maim anyone that comes too close for my liking. It is a symbol that is often used by me in protective spells, and it is, in fact, in and of itself, a protective working, as I mentioned earlier. So we also see the 3 stripes and it is my opinion and the opinion of others that I have found in my research online, my further research into this symbol, um, among which the source cited at the beginning of this video, from which I quoted the rune poem, that that these three lines are Isa. Now, Isa in converse, as I have discussed in my Elder Fufa Rune Divination 101 series, and that entry for Isa, Isa in converse, sideways, is a very slippery slope. It is, Isa in and of itself is, of course, a slippery slope, but Isa in converse means that a change that is about to happen will not be to the person's benefit. And considering that you sit at the center in Midgard and you are defending yourself against the influences from the other worlds, you are basically making a statement 3 times over. Threefold. 3 is a very magical number. Threefold 3 is 9. There are 9 worlds in the Germanic cosmology, of course. They are very powerful protective symbols. It halts the advance of your foes. It causes them to make mistakes. It causes them to slip, to fall down, to be intimidated, to make them paranoid even. Because converse Isa says that those that smile are not really smiling at you because they like you, but they're smiling because they have baneful thoughts. They have harmful thoughts towards you, and they know that you are walking into a trap. So we see that this very simple but elegant looking bind rune, or binding magical working, as I said earlier, it is about overcoming all opposition in whatever way possible. Those that attack you are doomed to fail in their efforts. They are going to break upon our will like they would as water upon rock. And it can also, of course, be used as an offensive symbol. It can be used as, with us at the center, with us, the workers, the practitioner, sitting at the center, driving an attack in all areas, overcoming all opposition. So it can very strongly be used as a symbol of attack. It can very strongly be used as a symbol of inspiring fear and terror in those that would dare stand against your charge. And every time I use this working, whether it is on myself, whether it is on other beings, on other people, I have noticed that same effect. They all become more enthusiastic, engaging in conflict. And this, in my opinion, is not a bad thing, because most people that I know have dealt with a lot of repression and oppression from outside sources in various ways. And in this manner, the Aegis-Hjálmur is a very empowering tool in my arsenal. It is a very strong weapon of attack and a very strong shield of defense. It is a it is a fear-inducing rune no matter what. It's a very fear-inducing working no matter what way you look at it. And it is one of my very favorite workings. So that is I want to give to you. This Aegis-Hjálmur, this Helm of Awe. And I could show you so many workings and variations and how you can combine this with all these different bind runes and runes, but a guy's gotta have his secrets, you know. Can't give you all my magical knowledge over here. So you can, as I said, use it with runes. You can use it with other Germanic symbols. You can go full on eclectic or chaos magic with it. You can use it in so many different ways. It is an absolutely beautiful symbol. It is one of my very favorites, as I said. And I hope that this short video, probably a lot shorter than you're used to from me, but yeah, it is through this video that I wish to briefly hand you a very simple 101 on this particular symbol. So thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Hey.